All is tea time with Nina, and this is about to get juicy. So I need you guys to sit down, grab your drink, and let's talk. Now, this is where the Gypsy Rose story gets a bit sinister. So, Gypsy Rose's ex neighbor that used to live next door to her when she was younger messaged me. I want to read this to you. I'm going to disguise her name because she asked me to, but a lot of people will kind of already know who she is that have really been following the story. She says, "Hi, Nina. I've been following you since the Gypsy rival started. I grew up with Gypsy. In fact, my sister is an unknown name, did an interview in the documentary that came out shortly after she was arrested. I don't want my name anywhere or any attention whatsoever. I just want to tell you I appreciate you making her take accountability. There were numerous times that Gypsy and my brother and myself were left alone for hours, and Gypsy never peeped a word about what was going on, never asked for help, never attempted to run away. I also tried to get her to break the rules. One being to make her own Facebook account without telling her mom. She refused. Later, she did make a Facebook, and instead of reaching out for help, she reached out to my sister and asked her opinion on which boys she should date. I want to make it very clear that she had numerous opportunities to ask for help and numerous opportunities to run away, but never did until she was able to fully convince a man with mental health disorder to unalive her mother. She has zero problems with the amount of money and the amount of experience she got from pretending to be sick until she wanted some sausage. My family is poorly portrayed as white trash in the act, which is far-fetched. My mom is the one who started the search party after Gypsy made the post on the shared Facebook account. My mom walked through the window and went towards Dee Dee's bedroom, but couldn't bring herself to walk completely in. Later, we found out that Dee Dee was in there under the blankets, deceased. They turned the air on in the house as high as they could before leaving to prevent Dee Dee from smelling. It worked. It was premeditated and evil. Though nobody should be forced to participate in pretending to be sick, there's no excuses to brutally unalive someone and profit off of it while a mentally disabled person is stuck in prison due to your manipulation, especially because she had chances without unaliving her mom. I asked her, "Do you feel Gypsy was physically abused?" She said, "I never witnessed anything, and she was always in a wheelchair. She never had a blanket on her legs, so if there was some bruising or anything, I would have seen it. I will say, though, she 100% had a feeding tube that you could see was inside of her body, like surgically placed. She was always bald and wearing either a ball cap or a wig. Dee Dee was a large woman, and personally, I don't think she could physically do much damage beating-wise and not have it visible." I asked her if she saw my YouTube video breaking down, the chromosome disorder, and she said, "I haven't seen it. Is it under your username?" I said, "I'll send you the link," and I sent her the link. And she said, "I'm going to watch it right now." She said, "I saw the interrogation videos and was in awe. Like, come on now." Oh, at this time, I asked her, was it okay to share this? And she said, "That's fine by me. I just don't want my family or my name involved." Like I said, I tried to steer away from anything to do with her because of how far-fetched everything is from the truth. I don't have a public platform, but I previously made a post on Facebook which got taken down. The people in the city definitely don't see the situation how I see it, aside from all of us that were actually involved with them directly. We were all blindsided. And then when the act came out and the documentary came out about my mom and my sister, had a ton of people, still have a ton of people, constantly reaching out for interviews and just asked questions about it. My mom and Dee Dee were super close, so she 100% feels betrayed and also chooses not to speak on it or be involved in any way. I said to her, "I hate the fact that your family was portrayed like that." She said, "Honestly, I giggled about it because it shows how little research before they started making the show. I was a minor when it all happened, so I had little to no social media presence at all, so nobody but our neighborhood knew that was my family until the media pieced things together and knew it was an unknown name and was an unknown name." I mainly felt bad for my mom because the entire time she wanted to be separated from the entire incident because she was so close to Dee Dee and would have never guessed anything like this was happening or would have happened. I asked her, "Do you feel like Dee Dee embellished her issues?" She said, "Absolutely. But honestly, up until she started doing interviews and publicly speaking about it, I really thought she was abused and we somehow missed it. But her showing zero remorse and even kind of mocking the situation in some of her interviews, in my opinion, she shed light on the fact that it was definitely not what she was making it out to be. Plus, my memory of her legitimately having a good childhood despite of medical conditions, when I say before that she did not want for anything, she wholeheartedly had it all. The only thing she didn't have was intimate relations with boys. To me, now that seems like it was her motive, and her relationship issues constant with men while she was incarcerated currently shows that, and that is the only thing she's concerned with. Now, as far as your video, I 110% agree. Everything they gained financially and non financially was directly awarded to Gypsy. For instance, with some of the money, Dee Dee literally transformed their shed into a Star Wars themed playhouse for Gypsy and completely decked it out with everything Star Wars. Gypsy got to meet all her favorite famous people regularly and regularly had trips to Disneyland, World, and Resort. Dee Dee was constantly taking her to every new movie premiere. At the time, she was a huge Harry Potter fan, and when I tell you they went to every single premiere, Gypsy literally didn't want for anything. This is from her neighbor's own mouth, exactly how she feels about the situation and what's transpired. I'm going to bring up the doctor that a lot of people speak about in reference to Dee Dee having Munchausen by proxy, because as we know, she was never diagnosed with Munchausen by proxy, and it was alleged after Gypsy was caught and as a defense for her. But let's speak about this doctor. This is Dr. Mark Feldman. He's an Alabama-based psychiatrist who's studied fictitious disorders, and he knows a lot about Munchausen by proxy, which he calls medical child abuse, which I believe that's what it is as well. Now, he mentions Feldman has never examined Gypsy Blanchard, but said that based off of the known facts in her case, he feels comfortable in his opinion that she was the victim in the long-running medical child abuse scenario perpetrated by her mother, who was found unalive at a ab wound in June 2015. Now, one of the reasons why I felt like it was important to mention this to you all is because this is the doctor that she refers to a lot, and the fact that he's made it clear that he has not actually examined her. So, like I said in the past, a lot of this is a story that she's told. Nobody's verified it and nobody's done their research, even this documentary by Lifetime. I just want to share this with you guys so you guys actually have the real opinions and know what actually happened.